What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm Sunday Game Day live stream. I'm your host, Howard Bender. How's everybody doing? Are we ready? Are we excited to get some football going on here? DFS questions, seasonal lineup questions, whatever you need. Now, I know you're looking at this live stream right now being like, yo, who's the partner here? What's going on? Yeah, that's right. Jen Piacenti over with another website now, but that gives me a perfect opportunity to bring in here the managing editor for Fantasy Alarm. He is my ride or die in this industry. He is the vanilla bean to my rocky road. What is going on, Jon Impemba? How are you, brother?
Howard, I'm doing great. Fantastic intro. Yeah, maybe the stream got a little less attractive, but that's okay. We're here to give everybody some winning plays. Definitely give them some nice vanilla bean takes as well. Best ice cream there is. So it's fun. It's exciting. It's NFL Week 1. We're ready to go. We put out all week's worth of seasonal content, all week's worth of DFS content, and all that comes to head today. So I'm ready to get out there and start seeing some screenshots of people winning some money today.
I will say the ugliest thing I've seen on this live stream so far is your background and your outfit. It's way too much Patriots love for me.
Start of the Dynasty Part 2 today, Howard. Mac Jones, baby. We're doing it.
Mac Jones. Now, folks, listen, we're going to be answering questions in our Discord channel. So if you're watching this live stream right now and you want all your lineup questions and DFS questions answered here on the live stream, well, you got to get over to our Discord servers. If you're already a subscriber at Fantasy Alarm, well, then you've got full access. So go to the website, fantasyalarm.com, hit that chat button that in the menus there, and that'll take you over to us. So make sure you're over there. If you are not a subscriber and you would like your questions answered, we've got a nice little special deal for you here. Go to fantasyalarm.com/NFLQ. All right, that'll get you our seasonal Fantasy Alarm package, which means you get all the season-long content you could possibly want, but it'll also give you instant access to our Discord channels so you can ask all of your questions from me and John right here. Not to mention the Discord access gives you 24/7 access to our analysts. So Andrew Cooper, Ray Kuhn, James Babyface Grande, Matt Sells, Dan Malin, the whole gang. Everybody's here, and everybody's excited to get you underway for your wonderful NFL season. Now, if you guys want to play some DFS with the family, well, don't miss out on playing in our free exclusive $2,000 free roll at Yahoo Sports. Baby, we are all in with Yahoo Sports this year. Loving on their DFS stuff. So even in the example lineups that you'll get from NFL, right? I'm going to be putting some GPP and cash lineups in for Yahoo as well. So free roll here, right? $500 to the winner. Join our league now at fantasyalarm.com/free roll. Again, free. Who doesn't love free money?
Hard to beat free.
It's really hard to beat free, right? $500 for nothing in the investment right there. You also get a chance to match your lineups against me, John, and everybody else over here at the show. So before we start hitting some of these DFS questions and Fantasy Alarm seasonal questions, which we'll get to in Discord, John, couple of things maybe that you're watching for the NFL besides Mac Jones's debut. Let me just take that right off the table. Let's take off all things Patriots. Let's look at some other things that you might be looking at. You and I talked earlier about Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
I'm putting some trust in him into some GPP work because I think everybody's playing scared. You have a different opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, this matchup here was a tough one to begin with, right? Going up against the Washington football team and their front seven, which is full of first round picks last year, obviously wreaked havoc on the NFL. And then you come up with Austin Eckler dealing with, a hamstring injury late in practice this week. Now, obviously, all signs are that he's good to go, but you have a Los Angeles team traveling across country week 1 against one of the best defenses in the league. how healthy is he really? He had that torn hamstring last year, which he had to, rehab and have surgery on. Soft tissue injuries like that. I'm worried that he already had one. 1 week of practice, he's already had one. One wrong step here for a guy like him who, relies on that agility and quick movements and cuts. That thing could go again, and it's not a great matchup for him in my opinion. Anyways, everybody's gonna love on a guy like Eckler this week because of the volume. And especially in PPR leagues, how heavily used he is in the team's passing attack. So, that's where the appeal is. But for me, especially, where he is in the pricing, on these slates, the matchup, coming off that injury, I'm just kind of hesitant here. I really don't have any Eckler. If that comes back to burn me, that's what it is. But, I look at today's board, I see where the value is. And I see who I can pay up for because of that value at other positions. And therefore, Eckler really hasn't found his way into my lineups.
All right. I mean, listen, I'm looking at it from a personal standpoint on a GPP. He's not in the playbook. I didn't put him in there because of this hamstring issue. And I definitely have concern over whether or not I want to get a piece of that. But for a GPP contest, I'm like, you know what? If people are going to shy away, because I do think people shy away. You see that Q right next to his name on DraftKings or FanDuel. And that's like, it's an immediate like abort kind of a thing. So I think if you're looking to take some chances and you're looking to differentiate yourself from the rest of the herd, because let's face facts in DFS, John, the rest of the herd right now with the pricing the way it is, you got a ton of wide receivers that are giving you some crazy good value.
Yeah, and that's where it's about, right, Howard? And this is what you and I have talked a lot about. This is what I've sort of been pushing you towards most of this week when we're talking about lineup construction. This is a week because, DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo, all of these DFS sites, they put their week 1 slate available to everybody a month ago. So the pricing reflects, basically before, training camp was even over. Injuries hadn't happened yet for a lot of these guys, and roles hadn't been defined yet for a lot of these guys. So you're getting some super cheap value at the wide receiver position, especially this week, to where you don't need to really spend up at the wide receiver position. You can go ahead and fit in a guy like Christian McCaffrey very easily this week by using someone, that we'll talk about like a Marvin Jones Jr. on DraftKings or Paris Campbell on DraftKings or Michael Pittman, all these guys are under $4,500. I tweeted out during the preseason, Marquez Callaway is number 1 receiver for the Saints in the early get-go. He's like $3,400. A lot of people are going to be looking at that value at receiver, and they're going to plug it into their lineup, and then they're going to be like, ooh, Christian McCaffrey, oh, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. And they're going to get these stacks going of these top-tier guys at the other positions because they can afford to. So, yeah, I don't think you need to spend up at wide receiver. It's not saying I'm not spending up at wide receiver. There are definitely guys that I love, and I know we're going to talk about that. So, for me, I think it makes sense to plug in 1 or 2 of those value plays and then build up elsewhere.
It makes sense. It doesn't. It definitely makes sense. I'm not going to argue against, getting that value because we know that, for the first week of the season, these prices were set 2 months ago, right? So if those prices were set 2 months ago, we know that we're getting some crazy value, and we can already see certain ownership or rostership, whatever you want to, whatever word you want to use. Looking at the projections right now, you see Callaway, Marvin Jones, Pittman. I'm seeing some Elijah Moore, some Rondell Moore. I'm not so sure how I feel about those guys in some lineups. Like Elijah Moore may be coming back in against the Panthers stack in a GPP, but I'm not using Elijah. I'm going to try not to use Elijah Moore or Rondell Moore in cash games, but Callaway, Marvin Jones, Michael Pittman, like you said, they're 3 number 1 wide receivers. Right. I'm definitely more inclined to using those guys in a cash game situation.
Yeah, 100%. And again, we talk a lot about good chalk and bad chalk, right? So, there are times where you look at what we're expecting for the, the draft forecaster that we have over on Fantasy or over on DFS Alarm now, giving you that exposure percentages that we think, these players are going to have this week. And it just makes sense because, the whole field is looking at that value. So it's okay if you play a Marvin Jones this week and he's 60% owned and he has 3 catches for 25 yards, because in cash games especially, Well, you're with 60% of the field. So if he lays an egg, it's not really killing you. Is it great? No, of course not. But as long as you're with the majority of the field here, you have the makeup of the other players in your lineup to get into the green. So, it's okay. Good chalk, bad chalk. Like I said, this week, everybody's underpriced. Next week is going to be a huge overreaction, in my opinion, by these sites. And then weeks 3, 4, 5, maybe we'll start getting some better numbers. So this week you take advantage of it. Next week you find the guys that are overpriced and you fade them, and then you'll find something close to the middle after that.
No doubt about it. Again, guys, John and I here answering your questions in Discord. So if you are in Discord right now, click that link that's in there for the YouTube stream. You can watch this live and catch John and I right here. We've been talking a little bit, we've been talking a lot of bit DFS right now. We can talk some seasonal, and let me know that you guys know Yahoo, great place for seasonal fantasy football players who are interested in more DFS also, right? Yahoo makes it so easy. Go to fantasyalarm.com/Yahoo. When you sign up, make that first deposit of any size. You'll get $25 contest credit to play in your first contest there with promo code ALARM. That's fantasyalarm.com/Yahoo, promo code ALARM. How those lineups treating you for seasonal right now? Any big injuries that are tilting you one way or the other?
Yeah, Howard, I was I wasn't big on J.K. Dobbins this year, but I was taking the value of Gus Edwards later in drafts this season. So, when Dobbins went down, I was like, ooh, that 8th, 9th round, RB4, RB5 that I was drafting, all of a sudden there's that big boost and then he's gone. So, that is definitely a hit to my team here, especially for later drafts where all of a sudden he became that RB1. I did target him as well, in round 4. So I'm trying to scramble at that point. I didn't get any taste on Williams. I didn't have any Latavius Murray that I drafted this year. They added Bell and Devonta Freeman to their practice squad, but nothing's really going to come of that. So injury-wise was really the Gus Edwards thing was a big blow to me. I did have Cam Akers in a couple of best balls, so that's kind of the live or die by the best ball sword there. You draft enough depth, hopefully you can kind of overcome that, but those are the major injuries that I've dealt with, which is really the only major injuries in the league to this point, right? It's been the Baltimore backfield.
It's been the Baltimore backfield. It's also been the Rams backfield. I was going through my Scott Fishbowl team. Right? Shout out here, a little Scott Fishbowl shirt. But it's kind of funny with losing Cam Akers there, and it's Darrell Henderson, and then you've got your good friends, Sony Michel, your ex guy. So those are the two backfields that I look at the most for that. So let's just quickly unpack them for everybody out there watching. Rams backfield. Is Sony Michel leading the backfield? Is Darrell Henderson the third down back? How do you see it breaking down?
I think we're going to get a pretty even split to start the season. I know they say Sony's ready to go and understands the playbook. I think ultimately this is going to be Sony Michel gets early down work. Darrell Henderson's going to get that change of pace third down role. I think for the matchup this week, going up against Chicago, you're probably going to see a little bit of a split, I think, early on, just because Henderson has been the guy there. And we saw last year, McVay really liked using sort of a committee there early on. It's seemingly until either injuries happened with Henderson or Akers came back and looked more familiar with everything that was going on there. So I think you're going to see, goal line and short yardage and early down stuff. It's all going to be Sony Michel. A lot of the pass catching, change of pace stuff, you could probably see Darrell Henderson in there. They kept on talking about how much they liked Henderson, and then they went and traded for a guy in Michel who is an established runner when healthy. Injuries have always been an issue with him as well, but that's what I'm expecting here. It's not a great matchup going up against Chicago here in week 1, but I think that's how we're going to see this play out early on.
All right. So that's how I see it's playing out as well. Talk to me here about the Ravens backfield. You've got Tyson Williams, right? So they bring in all of these other veterans, none of whom are ready. They've got Trent Cannon also they brought in from Carolina, made the team, then got waived a couple of days later. Is it all Tyson Williams for you here? It sounds to me like Harbaugh wants to give him as much of an opportunity as possible.
Yeah, listen, that's what they're talking about, right? And Harbaugh says they want to see if he can take the lead and run with it. I mean, listen, the thing with this offense is that it's very run heavy anyways, right? It's not like there's a huge change in philosophy. Yeah, they'll probably maybe throw a little bit more, knowing that's not J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards back there for them anymore. But the offense is still going to be a lot of RPOs, a lot of option plays, a lot of running with Lamar Jackson and the running backs in their backfield. So, that's not going to change. I'm not expecting 4 wide, shotgun sets with Lamar Jackson at this point. So, yeah, I think they're going to give him every opportunity to run, but they do have a lot of veterans that are in camp with them and ready to step in if they feel like he's not capable, of succeeding. The problem with Williams, really, everybody's always an undrafted free agent. He was on their practice squad. Oh, the man suffered, a really bad injury in college, which is what really derailed him in his draft stock. So, yeah, he has an uphill battle here, but he wasn't an undrafted free agent that, was, entered the league because he wasn't really good enough to play or wasn't good enough to be drafted. Like, it wasn't really the case. He was just injured in college, but the talent was there for him, So if he's healthy now and they like what they've seen out of him, I think that's the reason why they're comfortable giving him the run.
All right, beautiful. So there you go. Let's go into our wonderful Discord channel here. I'm seeing some questions start to stream in. I want to give a shout out to Ann Dunn. She's always been a loyal live stream watcher. She's in the Man Smart, Woman Smarter League that I run, and I just saw her pop her head into Discord, so I want to give her a quick shout out here. Cole's World in Discord asking Odell Beckham Jr. or Devonta Smith as your PPR flex play today.
I'm going to have to go with Devonta Smith because we don't really know 100% yet on OBJ, right? Like, there's been a lot of talk, that the team is sort of waiting to see how he feels. They want him 100% ready to go, before they put him on the field. So, I'm thinking he's going to play because it would seem like this is kind of a surprise that he was questionable this week after everything we heard in camp, that he was all set, ready to go. The fact that is at least a question, you have to go Devonta Smith here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a little tenuous of a situation. I thought I saw a report yesterday saying that they expect OBJ to be a full go, but now a recent report from Schefter says that they want to see how he feels prior to it. So the safe play here is definitely Devonta Smith, no doubt about it. All right, let's see. Oh, I've got from at Airting5 wants to know half point PPR, John. Mostert or Montgomery? This is an interesting matchup here. Mostert has Detroit. We know that that's a tomato can team that you can kick around anyway. Montgomery, a little bit more difficult of a matchup, but, it's Andy Dalton under center here, so you'd think that it's going to be run-centric.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I don't want to run Montgomery into the Rams, so that's kind of where I'm at, and the fact that they do have Damian Williams there, I would have felt a lot more comfortable, I think, if they just brought in some jag. And I know maybe I'm overrating Damian Williams here a little bit, but he did have success in Kansas City. It wasn't the same time frame that Nagy was there, but it was kind of a similar offensive style, I think, that is played still over in Kansas City, even as Nagy moves up as the offense coordinator and now in Chicago. No Tariq Cohen. So, Williams has the ability to both really run and catch the football, where Cohen was much more of a specialized pass catcher. So I worry a little bit maybe about the volume that Montgomery could get. But even way, I don't think this is going to be a good matchup. I think the Bears are going to be down in this game. They're going to have to throw a lot. So Mostert's actually one of my favorite plays today. As long as he's healthy, fingers crossed, that I think he should run all over Detroit here. So go with Mostert.
I don't think health is really the issue here with Mostert. I know that, people were making a big deal out of the knee brace that he was wearing during the preseason. And, Mostert got all pissed off himself and jumped out at people and was like, I always wear this knee brace. It's a protective thing. It's the smart move, so shut up.
Yeah, I believe that, but also he misses a lot of time due to injury. So
of course he does. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I get it, and he should probably wear protective braces like that if he has a guy that has chronic injury history. But yeah, he's healthy and good to go. So like I said, as long as he's healthy in this matchup, all check marks for me.
What do you think of Trey Sermon second half getting some carries? Because it is Detroit, and I don't expect much out of Detroit. On Yahoo DFS, right? the 49ers defense is like, it's ridiculous. It's like $12. I mean, DraftKings and FanDuel, I'm locking down like the Broncos and Washington, but I can use San Francisco against Detroit all over the place on Yahoo. Could Trey Sermon get some good second half carries just to kind of fill things out?
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, they're a committee style, running back system. So, we've seen, anybody from, Tevin Coleman to JaMychal Hasty to Jeff Wilson all find success in this running system, right? So, I mean, yeah, I think Sermon, a guy they used, was it a 3rd round pick on him to bring in? Yeah, they're going to give him a run. Sermon had kind of an up and down college career, but he had a huge games there for Ohio State down the stretch, which kind of earned him the draft stock that he got. Most of it's going to be the lead back, but yeah, they're going to go change of pace. They're going to have series where Sermon's the lead guy there. And again, if we're expecting this defense to be as weak as it is on the Detroit side, I could see him getting 10 to 12 touches here, and maybe he runs for 70 yards,
All right. Back over to Discord. My friend Mr. M57 wants to know full point PPR. How about this? Devonta Smith, who we've already recommended, versus Mecole Hardman. What's up with that oblique? Is he okay? Is he not okay?
Why are we even playing Mecole Hardman? This is
because he's the number 2 in Kansas City.
And when has the number 2 in Kansas City ever been worth anything? And he's not
Sami Watkins, first game of the season, all the time.
Yeah, because that one game, Tyreek Hill got hurt, and then Sami Watkins got 3 touchdown passes, and then never had another touchdown pass again. People confuse, and this is why everybody really needs to sort of pay attention to what Andrew Cooper does when he talks about like depth charts and target order and shares. Yes, he is the number 2 receiver, but he's the number 3 man in targets, maybe, in this offense, behind 2 target monsters in Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. And we're not even really sure how much they're going to look to involve CEH in the passing game this year. As a rookie last year, he was pretty serviceable. He had some injuries. There were some issues there at the end where they wanted to bring in a veteran because I think it was a rookie. They want to have some security there. But, year 2, he's good to go if they try to involve him even more. Sami Watkins, though, dealing with injuries, his best target year in Kansas City was 90 targets. Yes, this is an offense that's going to throw a lot, but I just don't see where Mecole Hardman is all of a sudden this must-play guy. He's exciting in this offense, I think, if someone like Tyreek Hill goes down. But, what is his target share really going to be when Mahomes has eyes for Hill and Kelce? So Devonta Smith is supposed to be the number 1 receiver in this Eagles offense. It's going up against Atlanta this week. I'd much rather play him and know the targets are likely going his way than praying that Mecole Hardman cashes in on his 4 looks today.
All right. So that's a Devonta Smith vote, is what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry. Did I get a little long-winded there?
Just a little bit. I think you're excited. You're overexcited.
It's not excited. I just have really been debating Mecole Hardman with a lot of people today, so it just stings me a little bit when it's like, oh, Devonta Smith, who is, a first-round pick that is expected to be the number 1 receiver or the number 3 target guy on an offense. So
let it out, baby. Let it out. This is
right.
This is as animated as Jon Impemba gets, people. This is should be something interesting.
I have a lot of takes, Howard. You just gotta let me fly.
It's like well, you save that for the Friday Night Fantasy Swamp. All right.
Yeah. Right.
All right, another question here. You know what? Let's. I want to answer this DFS question. DKGPP. You might want to get a pen and paper for this one here, John.
All right, hold on.
Right? It's a tale of 2 lineups here.
All right, I got the sticky notes open. What do we got?
All right, Matt Ryan, CEH, Mixon, Ridley, Marvin Jones, Devonta Smith, Akins at tight end, Dalvin Cook in the flex, Dolphins D. That's lineup number 1. Do you like that more or less than Matty Ice, Mike Davis, Chase Edmonds, Marvin, Ridley, Devonta, Kelce's the tight end here, Mixon in the flex, and again, the Dolphins D?
No, I would rather have. Oh, Akins is so trash, though. Yeah, I guess I would go the Kelsey one. Yeah, gotta go Kelsey. I know Cook is super appealing, but Jordan Akins to me is. Ugh, yeah.
I agree.
Not for me.
I agree. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go back to some regular questions here. H.
I'll also
Rich.
say, Howard, sorry to cut you off there. If you're stacking Matt Ryan and the Falcons, Kyle Pitts is $4,400. Like what?
On DraftKings, right?
DraftKings. Use Kyle Pitts.
Right. Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts.
Right.
Saves you some shekels there.
Yeah, do that. Kelsey
No doubt.
Pitts in your tight end flex. Ryan Ridley, figure it out.
All right. H. Rich 00 says he's got Matt Ryan and Justin Herbert at QB in a 1 QB league. He also picked up Juwan Johnson as a speculative add. Should he add Devontae Booker for either Matt Ryan or Juwan?
No.
I'll just kind of answer this with if Saquon Barkley goes down, this is not going to be a run-centric offense by any stretch of the imagination.
And definitely not by Devontae Booker.
No, Booker just doesn't have the skill set. He really doesn't. I would have think the Giants would have been better off cutting Booker and bringing in Royce Freeman when he got cut, because that actually would have been a little bit better. And I think you got a better pass catcher in Royce Freeman than you do in Devonta Booker. But alas, I am not Dave Gettleman.
They should have just brought back Wayne Gallman, who was actually very good for them last year.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. I kind of like him backing up Davis in Atlanta.
Yeah, because he's going to be starting in front of Davis pretty soon. So,
all right, let's cruise through here. People are starting to file in. Full point PPR for K. Jarvis wants to know Mike Davis or Chris Carson.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go with full PPR. I'm gonna go with Carson still. Still gonna go with Carson.
All right. Coltastic, what's up, Jerry? He knows that we talked about OBJ, but do you go with OBJ or Pittman if OBJ plays? If he's good to go, game time decision, they say yes. OBJ, Pittman, Beasley, or you could even flex Tevin Coleman.
I think you have to go Pittman there because, again, your Browns are not playing till 4:25. If OBJ goes out, what are you doing? I mean, is Donovan Peoples-Jones available in your league? And, could you just drop somebody quickly to pick him up, I guess, if OBJ is out? I guess that would be your safety valve there, but I'd rather go Pittman.
I would rather go Pittman as well. I do like that Donovan Peoples-Jones call, though, for those who don't have a potential late pivot. I think that's a very interesting one. All right, Blatt wants to know Mike Davis or DJ Moore in a half-point PPR.
I'm going to go with DJ Moore here, though. Not a guy that I love. I think he's going to be better than Mike Davis.
Gotcha. Up Hans 03, 10-team half-point PPR. He's got Eckler. Is Justin Jackson worth keeping around?
I'm not one that loves using handcuffs, but given the recent injury with Eckler, I would at least hold on to him and see how he comes out of this game.
Agreed. Ali Saga wants to know Javonte Williams over Melvin Gordon in a PPR flex.
I think we're going to have to at least go that way in week 1, and we'll see how it plays out. Listen, they used a second-round pick. They've loved using him this preseason. Gordon was hurt. They talk highly about him, so I'll run Javonte over Melvin, at least for now.
All right. Ann wants to know, she's waffling on this one, so give her some syrup. Oh, you probably don't like syrup either, do you, John?
No, you know what? I can use some syrup. Well, syrup to me is in a different category of condiments, so,
Okay, all right.
I got a chain. I got a list.
I thought you were going to say you're sweet enough as it is, but I'll accept your answer. PPR, need one, not even a smile on that one. You son of a bee. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Go ahead, sing us something. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, wrong person.
One wide receiver, one flex. Mostert, Tyson Williams, Jerry Jeudy.
Jeudy and Mostert.
Judy and Mostert. Chase Edmonds or Marvin Jones in a PPR?
I'm going to go with Marvin Jones.
You're going with Marvin Jones. All right. I'm going to tell my producer, Matt Sells. What's up, Matt? Our boy H Rich 00. He says he's not able to watch the stream right now. He is chilling in Discord. He was asking about adding Devontae Booker. Mr. Sells, if you could do me a scotch of a favor here and say, nah, brah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Moving right along. Let's see. Henderson or Edmonds? Oh, that's an interesting one. Darrell Henderson or Chase Edmonds?
Chase Edmonds.
Nice. Standard League, Deontay Johnson or Brandon Ayuk?
Deontay Johnson.
Can I just say this about Brandon Ayuk? Listen, I think that he does have talent. I really do. But the target share that he received last year came from two very specific reasons. One, George Kittle was out with massive injuries. Number two, Deebo Samuel was out for a good chunk of the year because of the foot injuries. All right. He did develop a rapport with Jimmy Garoppolo, but coming into this season, a healthy Kittle and a healthy Deebo, for me, John, it kind of takes the luster off of Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, Howard, I tweeted this at you, and I think Coop, who were going back and forth on Twitter about it. The 4 games which Samuel, Ayuk, and Kittle were all together, Kittle saw 10 targets. Ayuk averaged 3 catches on 5, and so did Samuel. So this is a Kittle offense when everybody's healthy. The other two are just fighting for scraps.
All right. Ali Saga says she wasn't watching the stream at the time. Still wants to know Javonte Williams over Melvin Gordon?
Yes.
PPR flex?
Yes.
All right. Oh, our good friend Dirty Dangles. I remember him from the old FA chat. Barkley, Javonte Williams, or Cortland Sutton in the PPR flex?
You have to go Barkley, but it's not great. I don't know what to expect of him. He's got the highest ceiling though of that group.
He does have the highest ceiling. Javonte will be splitting work, and then Sutton. I think Teddy Bridgewater jumping in as the starting QB, to me, that puts Judy, Fant, and even KJ Hamler in a better spot than Sutton, who handles a lot of the deep work.
Yeah.
So, I'm seeing this right now. Trey Sermon inactive.
What?
Wow. How about that? Jamichael Hasty becomes the backup here.
I mean, okay. Okay. Zach Moss is inactive today, Howard.
Wow, that's another one. Do you have more inactives? Anybody, any other big names?
I'm just seeing this come across my timeline, so I don't have
okay.
Don't have it fully there yet. So I am sure that somebody at Fantasy Alarm is inputting inactives.
I usually get a whisper from Cells when the inactives are all in. So we've got some time here. Let's hit these questions. Lebo wants to know, can I trust Galladay today? PPR, it's down to him, Sutton, Waddle, or Trey Sermon, but we know now no Trey Sermon. So you trusting Galladay today over Sutton or Waddle?
Yes.
Yeah, I am too. I am as well.
It's
doubt.
between him and I think Waddle for me today, because there's no Stephon Gilmore in New England, so there's some questionable cornerback play there.
All right. Joe Bass, or maybe it's Bass. I don't know. Does he play or does he fish? Either way, 12-team league, only 5 bench spots. He's got Cook on his team. Felt the need to draft Madison late just in case. Should he drop him to open up another possible pickup or hold on to him? For me, it's hold on to him.
Yeah, I think you hold on to him as well.
Yeah, I do. Oh, Wayne Gallman, also inactive. Give it up for Babyface Grande, everybody. Popping in all the inactives, all the key inactives for us here on Discord. All right, PPR. Robinson, Lockett, or Judy? I'm going to assume it's Allen Robinson. And for those of you out there, all right, Smith, Williams, Robinson, like, you got to give us a first name. You can't just expect us to know. Is it James Robinson or in a flex, or is it Allen Robinson? You know, that's what we want to know. But to me, it comes down to Lockett because Jalen Ramsey's going to be seeing a bunch of Allen Robinson this week.
Yeah. Lockett's full. I'm all in on Seattle, so give me Lockett.
All in on Seattle. Standard need an RB2 and a flex. Montgomery, Davis, Sony Michel, Gibson. Well, Gibson's a must.
Yeah. Gibson's a must. Sony Michel and Davis. I guess we go Davis, right?
I'm going Davis. Yep. Davis. Absolutely. Henderson or Hardman? Oh, my God.
Henderson.
Give me Henderson on that one. Johnny J7. Sorry to hear. Hans, we don't know yet if OBJ is playing. They say it's a game time decision for him. So that's 4:00. If you got an earlier pivot, make it. Seagard is looking for the stream. So let's pop another link in there. Matthew Sells. Morning Standard. Standard League. Drop Baker and stream Fitz, Ben, or Cousins today.
Drop Baker or stream who? Fitz,
Big Ben, or Kirk Cousins?
I like Cousins, so yeah, go ahead. Stream Kirk Cousins if you don't want Baker.
There you go. Would you pick up Hasty? It depends on who you're dropping, right? H-Rich00 wants to know.
Yeah, of course he is. I think that it depends who you're dropping. Sure. If he's starting ahead of Sermon, then yeah, you have to.
Standard League, Noah Fant, Jonnu Smith.
Fant.
I agree. Eckler, officially active.
Oh, yeah.
Sony Michel, Marquez Callaway, or MVS in a PPR flex spot? Callaway for me as well. Jared Goff or Daniel Jones?
God.
Wow. Both going up against great defenses. Both craptastic QBs.
I'm gonna go Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning as well.
He can run,
better weapons.
He can run too.
He can run and he's got better weapons, no doubt about it. All right, getting some questions on the DFS channel as well. Thoughts on Terrace Marshall as a DK flyer? I like it actually. I mean,
I feel like there's you don't need to go there with the other value that's on the slate. I mean, again, you're plugging in what is the fourth target in that offense, so you really need to hit, right? That's what deep GPPs are for. But he's got to outplay McCaffrey, Anderson, and more for targets there. So
he doesn't have to outplay them. They just need to be spreading it out a whole lot. And the problem is that for the price of Terrace Marshall, you could probably get Marquez Callaway, who's a number one there, right? You could probably get, who else do we say? Pittman is cheap. Judy is cheap.
Yeah, Paris Campbell is there. Marvin Jones is there.
Jones, another cheapie.
He didn't make your dartboard, even though I mentioned him to you, but Armand St. Brown is $3,000. If you're looking for really just a min-price play, he could be a guy.
See, I'd rather go Elijah Moore as a min-price play over Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, all right, you can do that too.
Because I just hate all things Detroit. Yeah. I do. Randall Cobb or AJ Green in DFS?
AJ Green.
AJ Green. Do you expect most GPP lineups to play all value wide receivers and play two top-tier running backs?
Not two top-tier running backs. I believe everybody's going to play Ryan Mostert, and they're going to play Christian McCaffrey. and then they're going to go value at the wide receiver, and they'll probably spend up either at quarterback or tight end.
Yeah, I think you will see a bunch of McCaffrey. Mostert, Antonio Gibson, and James Robinson are three guys who are priced down at a reasonable fee here. And that'll actually allow you, yes, if you use, like, let's say two of those min-price wide receivers or really bargain ones. Let's say you use Marvin Jones and Marquez Callaway. And you'll see this in the example lineups when I post them. If you use those guys and you pay down at one of the running back spots, you can still get DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, or Devontae Adams into your lineups if you're smart about it. So definitely take a look.
Would you play a 4K Hasty this weekend, Howard?
Probably not. I mean, I guess you could if it's like, if you're a big multi-lineup person and let's say you're putting in 20 lineups this week, right? I mean, maybe I'd have like 10% share, 12% share of Jermichael Hasty if I really needed to pay down like that.
Yeah, 4K is the cheapest running back on DraftKings outside of somebody called Reggie Gilliam, who is min price 2,500, but everybody else is 4K. So basically, all right, if you were playing Sermon in your lineup at 4,500, are you more likely to go up to Mostert or go down to Hasty?
I would probably be 50-50 on that if I'm doing GPPs, because if you go up to Mostert, yeah, you're going to have to like cut down on, one of your wideouts. But if you just go down to Hasty, then maybe all of a sudden, maybe, you
$4,
right? You can improve on, maybe you can improve on go from like, Marquez Callaway to Michael Pittman or something like that. Or, even higher. Maybe you've got like a mid-tier guy in there and that extra money, will be able to get you a more of a premium guy. So I dig that. All right. Back to the seasonal questions here on Discord. Half point PPR. You can only start one for a flex here, John. And thank you, Brunch, for just saying please. I appreciate that. Josh Jacobs, Tyson Williams, Hollywood Brown, or Sutton?
Is this half or full, did you say?
Half point.
I'm going to actually go with Hollywood Brown here, Howard.
Are you? I'm going Tyson Williams. Why are you going Hollywood?
Because I do think they're going to throw a little bit more now with the running back situation that they have there in Baltimore.
And I think they're going to give Tyson Williams a good number of carries, at least the compliment that they were going to give to J.K. Dobbins even, because I think they need to evaluate what they have here in Tyson Williams. And, it's against Vegas, so the matchup isn't terrible. It's not tough, but it's not like a cakewalk. You're not playing Detroit.
Right.
So, I kind of, that's my feeling is that Harbaugh's like, I've got all these, these crusty veterans who absolutely suck to sift through here, but can I get away with Tyson Williams? I think he tries to answer this question on Monday night.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the carries for sure. It just wouldn't shock me if they try to open it up a little bit more and throw the football, because I think they need to see what they have in Lamar Jackson too. I mean, he took a big step back throwing the football last year, and I think that ultimately was an undoing for them. If he can flash the passing ability of 2 seasons ago, then they're going to be right back in contention there for them. So I think they want to see what they got with Lamar throwing the football too.
All right. Half point PPR, Hunter Henry or Dan Arnold or Zach Ertz?
I'm going to go with Ertz in this one. I want to see how Hunter Henry and Dan Arnold are used week 1. I know that Ertz is going to be on the field. Henry's dealing with coming off an injury. I know he's good to go, but Jonnu Smith being there. And then, Dan Arnold, for as much as I've talked him up during the preseason, I do have him on teams. I think he's definitely more of a if all else fails type of option, at least in the beginning. Maybe he finds himself being more consistently after week 1 or 2. I need to see targets here first.
Right. Again, you're dealing with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and Terrace Marshall and Christian McCaffrey. So targets could be tough to come by.
McCaffrey led the team in targets 2 years ago. So
exactly. J-Bro 5543 wants to know Robinson, Lockett, or Judy, or Devonta Smith. I'm going to assume again that it's Allen Robinson, which puts me towards Lockett.
Yeah, Lockett. I feel like those are the exact same three we got last time, or close.
Right, but now we're adding in Devonta Smith here.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, still going Lockett here.
Gotcha. Standard League, Chris Carson or Chase Edmonds?
Carson.
I wish I loved anything as much as Pete Carroll loves Chris Carson. Seriously.
So I'm only a little bit more wary this year because of all the running backs they kept on their roster at cutdown day. Instead, they kept 4 receivers and like 5 running backs. So, I would have liked to see, maybe Penny get cut or Collins get cut. Instead, they kept them all. So there's my lone worry at that situation.
Pete Carroll's getting the arsenal ready so he can turn to Shane Waldron and be like, "See, I told you got to run the ball more.
Right.
You got to go back to my system."
Mm-hmm.
All right. Finkel is Einhorn. What's up, dude? Already in running back hell, he says. Carter, Booker, Justin Jackson. Waivers has Malcolm Brown and Boston Scott. He needs 1 for this week and a half-point PPR.
I think you pick up JaMychal Hasty.
I think you pick up JaMychal Hasty as well. Yep. If you got waivers open right now, Hasty's probably the way to go.
Yeah. If that's what you have to choose from starting, you pick up JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I could wake up my wife right now and tell her to pick up JaMychal Hasty. Honey, if you're listening, if you're watching, do me a favor, get yourself some JaMychal Hasty, right? But meanwhile, Ann Dunn is watching this live stream, and she's probably going to do it instead. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if the wife is watching. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, back to the Q&A here. Thoughts on Singletary without Moss? Say Edmonds, Singletary, Devonta Williams in DFS.
Yeah, listen, Singletary obviously becomes more attractive being the only back there, right? Or at least what we think is going to be the only back. He's definitely more of a pass catcher, I think, than Moss is. But this also goes to what I've thought maybe this offense might be all season. In the preseason when Josh Allen was on the field, they threw like 85% of the time. They gave him a bunch of money. I think they're going to spread this out all season long and just throw. So I think I'm going to go Edmonds. You said Edmonds or Singletary? I think I'm going to go Edmonds there.
All righty. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. All right. Now I'm looking for, where are my weekly inactives? Over at fantasyalarm.com. Let's see. Matt Sells, how about giving me like a little ear whisper here and tell me where they are? NFL inactives. It's not in the menu. Why is it not in the menu? Where is it? I don't. Oh, well, on DFS Alarm maybe, but I don't see it over. Oh, got to do the old refresh here, John. He also gave me the link in the chat. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right.
Maybe like weekly inactive should be like on the top or something. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out.
Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there. Listen, it's week 1, people. There are going to be some glitches, some hiccups, some stuff like that. Things happen. We're trying. We're trying. All right, let's rapid fire through some of these questions and we can get to some inactives. Rank these for today. Keenan Allen, Robbie Anderson, Laviska Shenault in standard.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, then Robbie Anderson, then Laviska Shenault for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you flex Marquez Callaway over Austin Eckler today?
No.
All right. Would you use Nico Collins or Rondale Moore?
Rondale Moore.
Joe Burrow or Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Joe Burrow.
Singletary, Juju, Gaskin. Need one.
Singletary, Juju, Gaskin.
PPR.
I'm going PPR. Go Juju.
PPR, you're going Juju. Yep. No, no other questions there. No other questions. John, you want to run through the inactives here real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you were ready to run through the inactives.
No.
Yeah,
I was
you wanted me. All right, yeah, that's fine. We got the Cardinals, Titans there. Josh Reynolds is inactive. I think we knew that going into it anyways. Let's see. Jaguars, Texans. Texans have Anthony Miller. Nothing really serious there. None of these names, no big name. Alex Collins is inactive, for Seahawks. So I guess, Chris Carson a little bit safer. Penny's still behind him with the Colts. Xavier Rhodes, we knew was going to be inactive. He's out. So good luck for the Colts secondary trying to defend that team. And so Metcalf and Lockett there. Zach Moss, we knew was inactive. Lions, nobody. 49ers, Trey Sermon, as we talked about. Josh Norman, the ghost of Josh Norman's inactive there for the 49ers. Joshua Kelly is inactive for the Chargers. So Josh Jackson and Roundtree, I guess, are your guys there behind Eckler today. Let's see here. Panthers, nobody. The Jets, LaMichael Pirine, Keelan Cole being inactive is kind of an interesting one. He was getting first-team reps at times. I don't see Jamison Crowder on the inactive list, though.
He has COVID. He's out.
Okay, but he's not on the inactive list, so he doesn't have to be. Okay. I wasn't sure if he had cleared that or not, so I guess not. Gallman. Nope, that's it. So those are the key players there.
All right. Let me ask you a DFS question here. How do you feel with Mostert, Robinson, Dalvin Cook at running backs? And then you've got A.J. Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. How do you feel about that?
Can you run that through me one more time here, Out? I'm sorry.
Mostert and James Robinson and Dalvin Cook. Your three wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Hopkins, and Jeudy.
And you're asking me to pick?
I'm asking you how you feel about it.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's no issue. I was like, all right, no, that's good.
I feel good about it as well. I mean, I don't know who your QB is, and I don't know who your tight end is, but it still feels pretty good. Half point PPR, need one. Here you go. OBJ, Swift, Javonte Williams, or Jacoby Myers.
You say full PPR or half point? Sorry.
Half point PPR.
Go with I'm gonna go with Jacoby here. Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
Gonna go Jacoby. PPR full point. Debo Samuel or Devonta Smith?
Devonta Smith.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oh, now guys are just talking to each other. Good luck today to you too, Dirty Dangles. PPR flex play, DJ Chark, Kareem Hunt or Mike Gesicki?
I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt over there. Chase Claypool, Devonta Smith or Jamar Chase? Ooh, that's a lot of Chase in there. Claypool, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith. Who do you like? Full PPR.
I'm gonna go with Devonta Smith.
You're gonna go with Devonta Smith over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably would too, especially if Chase can't catch footballs that don't have stripes on them.
Right, and Claypool being a downfield guy, I think you're gonna see a lot of Juju and Deontay today.
Yeah, I like it. I like it as well. Let's see. All right, so folks, here we go. These are some of the links that you're going to need over the next hour while you're setting your lineups, all right? If you're playing DFS, get in on the free roll for Fantasy Alarm over at Yahoo, all right? Go to fantasyalarm.com/Yahoo. Use promo code ALARM. You sign up, you deposit, you get an automatic $25 credit into your account, all right? Do that, and then go over to fantasyalarm.com/free roll. Get yourself into our family free roll, $500 to the winner, $1,000 in prizes. So jump in on that one as well. I think what else? If you've enjoyed this live stream and would like your questions answered, and you don't have a subscription over at Fantasy Alarm, go to fantasyalarm.com/NFLQ. All right. For less than $10 a month, you get all of our seasonal content, all of our seasonal tools, and you get full access into our Discord channel. So perfect. I can't imagine. To me, it's worth the price of admission. It's definitely worth the price of admission here to get all of this Discord contact, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the whole package is worth the price of admission. If you get the NFL DFS Pro, you get all of the DFS content that we've been putting out throughout the entire week and all of the seasonal content that we put out the entire week. Plus, you're getting access to the Discord and all the channels that come with both the Fantasy Alarm and the DFS Alarm Discord. So it's really, it's too cheap. Truthfully, it's too cheap. We've said it's too cheap. They still keep giving low prices. So you should be jumping on this.
That is true. Is Mostert cash viable now on DK? Yep. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Logan Thomas or Kyle Pitts in PPR?
Kyle Pitts, because Derwin James is going to be on Logan Thomas.
Yep. Agreed. What is this? Let's see. I don't really understand this question. It just says DK, Sanders, Miles Sanders, Najee Harris, or Kittle.
So flex play, I guess?
I guess. On DraftKings.
Kittle
for me as well. Trevor Lawrence or Tyrod Taylor? I got to go Trevor Lawrence here.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Cover of the Contrarian Corner video this week, baby.
Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, somebody just posted their Yahoo free roll lineup in there, throwing Callaway in. Leaves a little money to play with, spend it on Cook, but to each his own. Yes, Brunch. That is correct. Allen Robinson or Mike Davis in a PPR?
Mike Davis, because I think Ramsey's just shutting down Robinson here.
All right. Chris Rawlings as Raheem Mostert. Should he drop Damian Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Zach Moss, or Tevin Coleman to scoop up Jermichael Hasty?
If you have Mostert, you don't need Hasty. So
if you have Mostert, you don't need Hasty. Mostert or Najee Harris in a PPR today?
Mostert.
There you go. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for us here at the live stream. I've got to go input some example lineups for DFS over at DFSalarm.com. So if you need that, great. If you got more questions, well, obviously here for the next hour leading up to lineup block, you've got everybody from the team: Dan Malin, Adam Ronis, James Grande, Ray Kuhn. They're all here in Discord, ready to answer all your questions. Big thank you to Matt Sells, as always, for producing. John, it's been a pleasure serving with you here in week one. Ready to kill this today?
Yeah, let's go get it. Be sure to check out Wager Alarm, too. My best bets and player prop picks are over there. So
there you go. And I'm actually about to post the super contest ticket that Craig and I, if you saw the live stream, we made our picks. So that's going to do it for us here today. Enjoy week one. Have a great time. Make sure you have some fun here. Get those lineups set. For Jon Impemba, I'm Howard Bender. This has been the Fantasy Alarm live stream, and we'll catch you next time.